And it is day 25 of 50 days of trash. So today we are halfway through. And I said yesterday I might do something special, but I didn't really come up with anything that I thought was really special. And while I was thinking about it, I was sitting in my office and I looked over in the corner and there was a box, which is this box right here. And that box, that is a box that had stuff when I left my former broker and started Ochimo Properties, my own company, about two and a half, almost 3 years ago. I went into my office and I emptied out my desk and I put everything into this box, and it has sat there for that whole time, 2.5, 3 years, not quite 3 years. And I don't know if you guys do that or not. I had that box. It was sitting in a chair in the corner in my office. It's been there for 2.5 years, and it's like it was invisible. After a little while, I never even really paid attention to it. I didn't even seem to know it was there. And so I thought, I wonder what's in that box. And so we're gonna find out what was in that box. Since I haven't needed it in 2.5, 3 years, I'm guessing that I probably don't need much of this stuff, but we're gonna go through it. And we're gonna start with some posters, which I don't even know why I have these posters that somebody gave me. One from a broker, one, I really don't know what these are. I do not know what these are or why I have them. Then I have like a folder of stuff that someone who wanted to lease stuff had sent to me. An old Investors Business Daily. All of this stuff so far is going into the trash. And so I guess I'm gonna make sure this is a magazine. So Business First, I don't know if you have business, in some of these, there's a bunch of these in different cities. This one is Business First of Louisville. And I always used to like to keep these. I would look back in the articles, and especially the year-end one, which this one was, would have the book of lists, which would have it was like all of these things. Because once a week they would have a list, the top 20 employers, the top 20 retailers, the top 20, it was generally 20 people, sometimes it was less, but usually, and it would go through, so you'd have these for the whole year, and then you'd have one like for an annual thing, and I would think, oh man, I need to keep that because I ought to know who all of these people are, I ought to know who all these companies are, and so every year I would want to keep this thing, but you know what? I have found that I almost never use it, and two, there were a few years where I tried to contact some of these people and they just really weren't interested that much in hearing from me. They felt like it was an annoyance more than anything else, and so I don't think I need this. I'm just going to, it looks like it's going in recycling. All right, so what else do we have here? More CDs, and I mentioned I don't even have a CD player anymore. This one is Halloween music. I don't know exactly why I have that. These were funny. This was like a local radio station put out some things, and I really enjoyed them, but again, I don't have a CD player. Counting Crow, in fact, I ought to check. They may be empty. Well, it's not empty, but it doesn't have the CD that it says it should have. So actually that one probably, just for that reason, ought to just go into recycling. This one wasn't even ever opened. The thing was never, so that is going in recycling. A CD-ROM. Oh, these are pictures. I don't know, I might be able, don't judge me, but this is photos, and so even though it's a CD-ROM, and I don't have a CD-ROM player, but this might be something that I take to a photo store to retrieve the pictures or some way so that I can save those. A Dell to install a system on your computer, which I don't even have that anymore. More pictures. This is interesting. I didn't expect to see this. Some stamps that I had gotten for, and I used some of them. These are actually 44-cent stamps. They're like novelty stamps. They have like cartoon characters. So I don't know. I'll probably use those stamps on an envelope. Another CD-ROM with a user guide for an old computer. This is it says it's a backup disc. So this is another CD-ROM to back up an old operating system on an old computer. Oh, this is part of a lamp. I think I know what that lamp is. I have to probably figure that out. Some old, just like some old maps and stuff. I don't know what this is. Just an old note, an old envelope. Actually, I might need that. This is trash. That's not even recycling. All right, a thing of old rubber bands, which surprisingly are still usable, which surprises me because usually they get kind of dried out and they don't work very well. So I guess I'm gonna hang on to that. This is what? This is an auto log. Used to have to keep track of my car driving things, and this is from 2007, so it's probably no longer needed. All right, this is a guide for a digital camera. More on that in a second. And then I have like an old battery for a digital camera and a data card for a digital camera, which are probably going to get thrown away. Like this is an old, I'm going to throw this away. This is like a paperclip, magnetic paperclip thing. And here is a battery charger for the old digital camera. And here is an old digital camera. And before we had such great cameras on our phones, I had a couple of digital cameras. And so that's what this is. I don't think I'll ever use it again, but I don't think it's something I would throw in the trash or recycling. It probably has to go in electronic recycling. And I probably want to double check and make sure there aren't pictures on here that I need to save for some reason. I haven't needed them for 2.5 years, so I would be surprised if there were, but I will be cautious on that. What do we got here? These are trash. This is trash. Another old flashlight. Again, I'm going to open it and see if it's corroded. If it's corroded, I'm going to throw it in the trash. If it's not, then I'll hang on to that for a little while. And this are some old check boxes. You never know when you might need to hang on to your old check boxes. And what are these? That's just like some miscellaneous stuff, miscellaneous cards. Those could go. What's this? This is An old receipt that I don't need. Some old junk. Nothing in here that I really need. One last 33-cent stamp, which I guess those go over there. And these probably, this is an old checking account, but I probably need to tear up the thing so that nobody, I don't think that's even an active account anymore, but you never know. And this is some sort of a cable, probably for, it's a, it looks like it's like a USB adapter to something. That's probably going to get thrown away, but I want to figure out what that's an adapter for. A stress ball. I don't know what it says about me, but people are always giving me stress balls. Maybe I seem like I'm stressed out all the time, and now that I'm having it in my hand, I find myself like doing this, and it's like, I don't know, man. I think you can let it go. Another light bulb, which appears to be a burnout LED light bulb. I got rid of those other ones the other day. A plastic lid for something. A old hard drive from a previous computer, which I ought to be able to get rid of. One of the things about getting rid of things with data and stuff is like, you want to make sure that you get rid of it in a responsible way for more than one reason. One, sometimes they have materials that you don't really want getting into the landfill. And two, some of these things have, it has your old data on it. And so when you take it somewhere where you want to get it recycled or done, you want to take it somewhere where you know that they clear the old data off of it so that somebody can't get to your thing and steal your old data. And so if you were to ask me, it's like, do you have something on there sensitive you don't want people to know? It's like, I don't think so, but I don't know. If it's on my computer, it could have everything. It could have account information. It could have all kinds of information about me. And so that is one of the things. It's like, before you put it in the trash, you do, one, want to make sure it's disposed of properly, and two, make sure that it has been completely and thoroughly wiped so that nobody can take advantage of that. So that's going to go in a different stack. And let's see what else we got here. This is a bunch of empty plastic bags, which I think I had pictures in at one point for some sort of event that we were doing. And I have more of those plastic bags, and even more of the plastic bags, and like, who knows why I have this, but like some treat sacks, a keychain with a USB drive on it, which I'm sure that I've never used, and I don't know that I can throw that in recycling, so we'll figure that out. More trash, a couple of more memory cards that I just need to double check. Some change, looky there, I've got like $1 in some change. It's kind of nice. Paper clip, which is also kind of nice. This is some trash. Another memory card that perhaps is nothing, but we're gonna double check them before we get rid of them. Some old business cards that get thrown away. A receipt from, I don't know when, from 2009. And then we have another box and another card. This appears to be, it's like a converter of some kind for a video type connection, which probably that's going to get thrown away, but I'm going to double check on that. A guide for another camera, and some CD-ROMs that no longer work. And now we are, so then we have like some plastic, more plastic, and an empty box, and another quarter, and a little metal card thing that I had on my desk, which probably that's going to get thrown away too. But that's it. So that was kind of a mess. I know it kind of, you know, this one was maybe a little bit like watching paint dry. I totally get that, because I mean, I didn't know what we were getting into when we started, and so I know you're like, you know, we don't need to see everything you're doing, but that's just the way it is. Sometimes getting rid of trash is exciting, and sometimes getting rid of trash is, you know, like watching paint dry, but we got to get rid of it. And so since this box, I think we're just going to get rid of that box too. I'm not gonna get rid of that box. Actually, I just bought some boxes like this to put some old files in. Maybe I'll put some old files in that. But as a general rule, so the nice thing about these paper boxes is they're a lot less expensive and they're recyclable when you get done with them. The bad thing about them is that they're not really very secure, and they are, you know, they could be fire hazards, and not only that, but like, you know, pests can get into them and stuff like that. But I'm not planning on keeping anything in there long term. So I do have some things I have to follow up on here. I mean, there's some things that just have to be checked out, make sure that they're good. But we got rid of a lot of trash here. We're emptying out this box, and that invisible box from the corner of my office is gone. And that makes 25 days of trash. Tomorrow I'll come back and do 26. We're past the halfway mark. And there's lots of stuff coming up. You know, I don't know when I'm going to do what. I still have some more medical stuff to get rid of. I have some paint cans to get rid of. I have the garage. I have the attic. I have clothes. There's a lot more stuff we're going to get rid of. So, listen, if you found this interesting or thought it was kind of fun, or if it even helped you get off the couch to get rid of some trash, and you liked it, you might like the video or share it with a friend. And if you want to keep getting rid of trash and kind of follow along, you might want to subscribe. We're going to get rid of trash for 50 days. At the end of 50 days, we're going to pick out another 50-day challenge, and we'll do another 50 days on something new. So anyway, thanks for watching today, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Take care, everybody. Bye.